Hey guys, Carolyn Banner here of Body by Banner. How you doing? Happy Thursday evening from Chicago. I'm jumping on just because I had a opportunity today to take a yoga class this morning, and the whole thing just made me, the story of it just made me think about how just like what it takes to really have sustainable results, because it was an amazing opportunity to go take this sculpt class. It was like a yoga sculpt class at Yoga Squad in the South Loop here in Chicago, and it was awesome. I loved it, every minute of it. It was an hour-long class, but the whole process really got me thinking about how it's really hard to sustain my fitness by relying on myself being able to do those kind of classes, because the whole process took me 2 hours, and just like it had to arrange childcare for my son, an early drop off at school, all this stuff, and just it's not feasible to sustain that long term. So I just wanted to jump on that story, just like having that happen today. I wanted to share that story with you guys, and it made me think. It's getting dark here. It's getting dark here earlier, so I got to turn the light on. It made me think about what it really takes to see your results last. So right, it's super easy to get quick results. Everybody can pretty much get quick results, and there's tons of programs out there. There's tons of boot camp classes. You can go to Orange Theory 5 times a week for a month, and you just see amazing results in that month, probably, if you've been doing nothing beforehand and you just suddenly like start adding in a bunch of exercise. Or you do a big cleanse and you see really quick results and you drop a lot of weight. But what the real magic is to try and sustain that, to try and make those results last. That's the tricky part. So I wanted to just jump on after having that experience this morning and realizing kind of like, what's the secret sauce? What's the thing that makes it work for lasting results, so that it's not just a quick fix? Because nobody wants that, because usually what happens with that is it doesn't turn into a long-term fix, and we end up back even worse off than before. So hey, Kim. So I just wanted to share what this whole experience brought up for me. So I'll just walk you through what happened this morning. So I go to Yoga 6, which has now changed over. The name is Yoga Squad. That's my yoga studio, and I go there about 4 times a month. I try and get into 1 class a week, and here's the thing. It's like a treat. To go take a yoga class for an hour is a big treat to me now as a working mom. That's a big chunk of my day that I could either be working or momming or doing a lot of other things. So to carve out that time is a big gift, and it's one of my it's kind of like going to the spa, or to go get my nails done, or to go do something really special. If some people love to go shopping, I love to go to yoga, and I acknowledge that. So this is my time. Today I had a chance to go to an 8:30 class with a friend, and the trick with that though is that it required me to drop off my son early, or figure out something and try and get his childcare figured out, because usually his school starts at 8:30. So I had to figure out how to ask at school. I had to see if he could go into the early drop-off, pay for that, which was not that much, but it was about $10, and then make sure I got to class on time. We were hustling to get out early this morning. It was a big effort, you guys. Not only of just energy, trying to get up a little earlier, get our breakfast and lunch for my son all ready, get him dressed and out the door about an hour earlier than usual, and figure out the logistics for that. And then get to the class, right? Drive there, that takes time. Take the class and then drive home. All of that was at least 2 hours, plus a lot of just finagling, a lot of effort. So to do that multiple times a week and rely on that as my way of getting in my exercise and my fitness to maintain a certain level of body shape or weight loss or whatever, for me at least, that would be really, really hard to sustain. That would be an investment. Say I go 4 times a week, that would be at least 8 hours a week, plus the money. Yoga classes are not cheap, or fitness classes, like if it was the Orange Theory class, for example, same thing, right? You got to figure out the childcare if you're a mom, or even if you're working and you don't have kids, you got to figure out the time in your schedule, and you've got to get there. So that's extra time, pay for it, huge investments, right? I think you get the picture. Versus what I love to really encourage, that I find is the way to get lasting results, especially if you're a super busy working woman and or mom, or both. And there's just not those long stretches of time in our day when we're really busy and have a lot of demands on our energy and time. There's just not those stretches of windows of time for 2 hours really is what it takes to get to take those long classes and then get home. I'm not dissing them, not at all, you guys. I do those classes because, like I said before, I love them, I prioritize them, and just want to make that a gift to myself, a treat to myself. So I'm not saying that they're bad or anything like that. I'm just explaining they're not really the key. So I think there's 2 things I want to emphasize is get really clear on your goals, figure out your goals. And sometimes those longer workouts, those kind of group classes are part of your goal. They're going to match helping you meet your goal. So a lot of times, our goal might be fat loss or weight loss, or it might be changing the shape of your body, so transforming your body shape with getting more muscle tone, or it could be maybe it's connecting with the community and really carving out that connection with people in your community. So going to those classes might really fit that. Or your focus might be more on energy, increasing your energy and optimizing it. Just so there's lots of different goals that you can have. And so sometimes it'll fit to have those longer, more time and energy investment parts of your fitness routine. And other times it might not really be the best way. So number 1 is to figure out what your goal is. If your goal, though, I would say if your goal is fat loss and increased energy, then I would really encourage you to kind of rethink if you're relying on those long classes and those kind of getting out of the house to go and take a class, either in a studio, even if it's half an hour long class, some of them are scaling back on the time, which is, I think, awesome, because if you're really working out intensely, you shouldn't be going for more than 30 minutes. So even if it's a 30-minute class, though, it's a big investment to get there, to pay for, again, like we said, right? We all know, they're ideal, they sound great, and maybe you're gonna make that extra effort because you really want the community aspect, or you want that accountability, or you just want to get out of the house, or it's convenient, whatever, or you get free classes. That'd be great. So maybe that'll fit your goal. But if your goal is fat loss, sustainable fat loss, no quick fixes, or energy, increasing your energy so that you can really be your best self, then I would say to actually do your workouts in a much more concise way, to really do quick, effective workouts that you can do at home, that you can do in the park, that you can do in your office, anywhere you want, basically. And that's going to actually lead you to lasting results much more than just trying to rely on those longer fitness classes that, again, like I said, I love them too. I try and make them a part of my life occasionally because they're a treat that's super fun, and I get to learn new things or meet people and engage with my community. But for me, they're not the way, the key to actually have the results last for longer. If we can actually maybe shift it and instead be focusing more on every little bit counts, sneaking it in wherever we can here and there, that's where we're going to actually start to see the results last, right? It's going to be sustainable, it's going to be convenient, and you're going to be able to stay consistent, because you're going to see results last with the secret to that, to lasting results, is something that's going to be convenient for you, kind of easier to implement, and allows you to stay consistent. So the more you can kind of just lower that barrier to making it happen for yourself, then by all means do it. I shared a blog yesterday, in case you missed it. It's on the Body by Banner page, or you can go to my blog. It's the top 10 tips for busy moms to get and stay fit. And it's by far the blog that people click on the most on and I don't write a whole lot of blogs, but that's the one that people love. And so I just wanted to highlight it again yesterday, because and it doesn't matter if you're a mom, these tips can be helpful for you too, even if you're not with children, you maybe have fur babies. But these are good tips, because what it's basically, what breaks down, if you want to go through it and read it, is kind of this number 1 thing is finding that time, and just whatever little pockets of time you can, every little bit of that will count if you make the most of it, right? If you can do 1 minute of push-ups at your desk, and that's 1 minute more of push-ups and activity than you were doing maybe before. If you were just thinking, oh, it doesn't count, that's not good enough, right? That secret voice, that back voice in your head that's kind of saying, oh, it's not good enough. It's not perfect. It's not a full class. Well, hey, if you're doing nothing or just occasional like long workouts, and you're not really maybe staying consistent, you're not going to have those results last. Maybe you're up and down on your weight, you're up and down on your kind of adherence to any kind of fitness plan and your health. Maybe a way that can make it stick is if you do start doing those minute of push-ups at your desk. I always joke that anytime's a good time for push-up time, and you can always stop, drop, and do push-ups. And you can do that at your desk. You could do 1 minute bursts of burpees. You could do jump squats. You can do these little snippets. Maybe you're feeding your kids dinner, and I've heard this from a lot of moms, and they do 3 to 5 minutes while their kids are getting started, if they're feeding their kids separately from the family dinner. Or they are having a bath, like they're giving their kids a bath, and they just use the tub and they do tricep dips or elevated push-ups or Bulgarian split squats with the foot on the tub, whatever, right? Like they're making the most of it. Or another favorite one, this is a great way to sneak in, is before you get in the shower, especially for you moms. If you're a nursing mom and you have a baby attached to you all the time and you've got somebody to help you and you can jump in the shower, like there's somebody watching the kid for you, just take like extra 5 minutes and get in a quickie workout before you take your shower. They won't even know. They won't even know that you're taking 5 more minutes for yourself to get in a bit of extra exercise. These are the ways, right? Every little bit counts, it adds up. And that adds up to a whole lot more than just sometimes getting in that workout and going to the fitness class where it's super hard to get there and takes a lot of time, and takes a lot of effort, and takes a lot of energy and money. So just sneaking them in. Every little bit counts. That's my mantra. It's like just to really find ways to make it sustainable, to make it easy for you to stay consistent. I've been talking a lot. I want to just jump on here and ask you guys, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, even if you're watching later. I actually really love, because most people don't watch these live. I know that. So I sometimes will say like, say hi, say where you're from. I do that because I know many of you guys watch later, but people still love to kind of know where other people are watching from. It creates more of that like bonding. You know, we're on social media, but you feel really disconnected from people. And it's nice to just kind of have more of a connection. So if you are watching, put in the comments, even if it's later, where you're listening from, watching from, and just like what's one way that you can sneak in exercise. And just to like kind of have to go through the process of thinking about it and writing it down and proclaiming it, even if it's just in a comment on some random Facebook Live video. It helps, you guys. It solely helps when you proclaim it to the universe or just to the general public. It really helps you make it concrete in your mind that that's something that matters. That's something that your brain says, oh, okay, this she's for real about this. She's gonna do this, and then you start to put into the action. The action starts to follow. So, you know, you got to do a little bit of work to get that momentum going, to say to your brain, I'm serious about this. I'm going to start doing this. And then things start to shift. You're going to start to find the ways to make it happen. So put in the comments, what is one way you're going to sneak in exercise? Maybe it's a 5-minute quickie workout. Maybe it's doing like 1 minute breaks at your desk if you're working at a desk. Maybe it's every time you go to the bathroom, you do 100, or you do like a minute of squats, not 100 squats, that'd be a lot, but more power to you if you want to. Whatever, one of those things, those are just some ideas. Or you do planks, you do plank hold for 30 seconds. Every time, I don't know, I'm trying to think of some good ideas. Before you check your social media, that's a good one. So setting something for yourself where you're like, okay, before I check social media, I'm gonna stop, drop, and do 10 burpees. Hey, you probably get really fit really fast if you're like me, unfortunately. I get on social media a lot. Maybe I'll be doing that one. So what are some ways that you can sneak it in? How can you make every little bit count? And just some more ideas to help get you thinking about, just a second, I'm gonna take a water. On these Facebook Lives, you just talk. What are some ways to really make it worth your effort? So I think that there's, of course, every little bit counts in terms of like just doing even 1 minute, just doing a little bit here and there, 30 seconds of plank even, right? Like I said. But if you really want to get the most bang for your buck, try and really focus in on one like set of muscles or like compound movements, so that you're gonna maybe focus on the legs, and you just focus on squats for that minute, or just do lunges, or just do maybe a combination of jump squats and lunges or something like that. or you do upper body work and you kind of really focus in on that. If you're doing just those little snippets of like 1 minute, 2 minutes here and there, to really get the body and the muscles burning, that burning sensation. And that's going to help you actually kind of trigger some release of hormones in your muscles that you want. If you're just kind of jumping around, doing boot camp style, where you're just kind of doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you're just kind of running through the circus kind of thing, you know, like all the hoops that some classes kind of do, and it keeps you moving, it's kind of interesting, but it's not going to be very effective. So being more effective, more purposeful can be helpful too, right? Because part of that sustainable results is like, we're going to stick with something that you see working. You want to actually see some results from it, right? So if it's not showing you results, it's less likely that you're going to probably stick with it. So that's just an idea, is to like really make the most of, not only, I want you to carve out those little bits, right? Little bits here and there, every little bit counts. So where can you carve those out? And then to make the most of those little bits, to really increase the intensity. So doing the most challenging version of a movement, adding weights, going a little bit quicker with your pace. If you're doing jump squats, for instance, or just body weight squats, going really fast, getting breathless, even if it's for 2 minutes. You sprinkle that throughout your day, you're spiking your heart rate, you're releasing hormones from your muscles when you get into that burning zone. And it's gonna do a lot of good versus kind of pacing yourself and not challenging yourself. If you can throw some weight on there or go a little bit quicker and really do more of a sprint style, that's when the magic happens. So those are just some tips. So figure out your goal first. If your goal is community and connecting and accountability, then maybe those group classes are for you. If your goal is fat loss and really keeping your energy up and seeing sustainable results so that you can achieve and maintain fat loss, weight loss, and you also are achieving like a body change, the best way to have that actually work and be sustainable results for you is, I believe, my take on it, somebody can disagree with me, and if you do, I want to hear from you, is to do every little bit counts style. So where you don't worry about being perfect, you worry about just being consistent, and you get it in. You get in whatever you can, and you trust that if you stay focused, that you stay committed to continuing that, keep showing up, keep doing every little bit that you can, that you're going to sustain your results. You're going to see that change happen, and you're going to be able to sustain it instead of just having these all or nothing, on and off, kind of like, oh, you lost a lot of weight, or you achieved this goal, and then you just completely drop off the bandwagon. That happens so much, and it's sad to me because there's another way. So figuring out your goal is number one, and then trying to fit it in whenever you can. Every little bit counts. And then the last one is just to make it worth your effort. Even if you're doing 2 minutes or a little bit of exercise burst throughout your day, ramp up the intensity a little bit. Maybe even you buy weights to keep at your desk or at your house to have it really easy for you to just grab them and do weighted squats instead of just body weight squats. You're going to see more of a change, you're going to get breathless, you're going to feel those muscles burning. Those are triggers to your muscles that they're releasing hormones that we want for fat loss and muscle change. So that's how you're going to make the intensity, ramp it up. So if you want any support with all of this, like with having a bunch of quick workouts that you can just throw in throughout your day or can sneak in really easily, like before, say you're making dinner, you got the food kind of cooking, you can do a 10-minute workout while you're getting, like the dinner is kind of getting set. Or you can do maybe on a lunch break even, or something like that, or before you get ready for the day. If you want access to over 10 free workouts that are 10 minutes or less and are going to be effective. So I'm going to be pushing you. I want you guys to sign up for the Commit to Fit Challenge. It's completely free, and it's an amazing support group, and we get started on Monday. So Monday, September 10th. So sign up now so that you're in the group. You can get started, you can get to know everyone, you can get a feel for what's coming because we're going to hit the ground running on Monday. So make sure you jump in there as soon as you can and join us. There's already been over 100 women jumping in from all over the world, you guys, literally. It's so fun to see the signups coming in. There's been a ton today that have just been coming in, especially like Eastern Europe. I'm just like, awesome, I love you, Eastern Europe. We have some girls in the Magic Makers from Eastern Europe, and I love them. And now there's more women coming, so it's awesome. And we got Australia, we got New Zealand, we got lots from Argentina, because that's my other home. And we got a good chunk from, of course, the US and Canada and other parts of Europe. So come join us, super fun group. The goal of the challenge, of the Commit to Fit challenge this time around, so we're changing up a little bit. The last few ones were super popular, huge success for a lot of women who saw change. They finally were able to see that sustainable result of being able to be consistent with their fitness. Like, it's like the first time ever for them that they were able to see it in a different way. Instead of it having to be this perfect thing that's really hard to achieve, they were able to make sustainable changes that have lasted from one of the first challenges that we've done. And they're still rocking it. They're still staying consistent. And I love that. So before, it was 5 minutes a day for up to 3 weeks is what we were doing. This time around, we're gonna get a little bit more intense. I got the workouts I've got for you focus more on using dumbbells if you have them, although you can completely do them with just your body weight. And if you haven't been exercising, you will definitely feel it and see results. But if you've been working out and you've got dumbbells, I really encourage you to add them because you're gonna see faster results. And they're gonna be 10 minutes or less. So still really manageable, just like 5 minutes more than, and usually when people would do the 5 minutes, they would usually go up a little bit more anyway to 10, 15, or 20 minutes when they were doing those workouts. So this time we're gonna go for at least 10 minutes of exercise every day for 10 days straight. And don't worry, I got you covered on some active rest days. I'm a yoga teacher as well. And my philosophy is work hard, rest well. So when you're working, I want you working hard so that, right, we make the most of those every little bit count moments, those workouts, and you can see results for them. But I also really prioritize rest. So in order to make the most of those hard pushes that you give yourself when you exercise, you gotta rest. Rest is success, baby. So we're gonna have some active rest days. You got some yoga videos coming for you. So I'm gonna be sending out a new workout video or yoga class every day by email. So for those of you who aren't huge Facebook people, although if you're watching this on Facebook, you probably are on Facebook a bit more, but a lot of my ladies are really conscious about their social media consumption and don't want to be in a Facebook group all day, and I totally get you. I totally honor and appreciate the way you manage your energy, and so we'll be sending the stuff by email so you can stay engaged that way, and you can just shoot me a quick email back and say like, awesome, I did it, or like workout done, so that you don't have to be checking in on a Facebook group all the time. Go there to the group if you love that, if that's your jive and you want to connect with amazing women from all over the world, it's there for you. But of course you don't have to do it, although that's where the prizes are. So there will be some prizes, some amazing prizes. Since it's such an international group, I found the best prize is honestly Amazon gift cards for whatever country you're from. And then you can really invest in, I'll give you suggestions for some workout equipment if you want to invest that gift card towards maybe getting a new interval timer or weights or whatever equipment that you're needing. So we're gonna have Amazon gift cards plus some special prizes with exclusive access to coaching with me and some other surprises along the way. So keep tuned for that. And this time on the challenge, it'll be something new. I'm gonna be giving a special prize to a pair or a group, like a small group that are like accountability buddies. So we're gonna really focus on that support, right? Like helping each other. So if you sign up with your friend or friends, like 3 or 4 of you, and you guys participate together and you rock it and you are the most consistent post, sharing and encouraging others, you guys are gonna get a prize too. So that's a special category this time I'm including. Okay, shoot me any questions. I'm gonna include the link to sign up in the comments below. But if you're watching this live and you wanna just like jump in right now, awesome, please join us. You can go to the sign up button on my page and you can go straight there to add your name and email for free and you'll get started right away. Okay guys, have a wonderful rest of your evening or day, wherever you are in the world, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.